Hello and welcome to Dart tutorial. In this video you will learn about factory constructor in Dart. All of the constructors that you have learned until now are generative constructors. Dart also provide one special type of constructor, that is factory constructor. Now let me share my screen and let's see a complete demo of factory constructor in Dart. Okay, here you can see, and one important information is, before learning factory constructor you must have some basic understanding of class, objects, constructor and its type, like default constructor, parameterized constructor, named constructor, constant constructor, and abstract class, interface, inheritance in Dart. If you don't have understanding of this topic, then I'm sure you will definitely not understand this factory constructor. So all of the topic are included in this Dart tutorial. You can also watch our videos, and you can also go to the content and just click one content and have a look and understand that content. Okay, now let's start factory constructor in Dart. Okay, here you can see a factory constructor gives more flexibility to create an object. Generative constructor only create instance of class, like this default constructor, parameterized constructor, name constructor, constant constructor. These are generative constructor. They only create an instance of class, but factory constructor can return an instance of a class. In constructor we don't use return keyword, but in factory constructor we use return keyword. Factory constructor can return instance of class or even subclass. You can return an instance of class or even subclass. I will show you practical demo very soon. It is also used to return the catch instance of a class. Okay, I will also show the example of this one. Okay, here you can see syntax for factory constructor in Dart. First you write class name, just you need to write factory keyword. Okay, factory keyword and your constructor name. Okay, you can also use named constructor in factory constructor. You can also make default constructor as a factory constructor, that is your choice. And here are some rules for factory constructor in Dart. Okay, factory constructor must return an instance of class or subclass. Factory constructor must return instance of class or subclass. You must write return keyword. Okay, we'll definitely do the example very soon. You can't use this keyword inside factory constructor. You can use this keyword inside generative constructor, but not in factory constructor. That is the thing. And another one is, it can be named or unnamed and call like normal constructor. Okay, named constructor means this one. This one is named constructor. If you want to learn more about named constructor, then you can go to our previous section. Okay, it can't access the instance member of a class. For example, in class name we have string name, then you can't access that name with the factory constructor. Okay, inside factory constructor. Okay, now let's see example of factory constructor. And first, without factory constructor, let's do one task without factory constructor and we'll see what is the problem, and then we'll solve that with factory constructor. Okay, here you can see one example. There is a class area with final properties length, breadth and area. Okay, this capital area is class name, this small area is properties. Okay, when you pass length and breadth to the constructor, it calculates the area and stores the value in the area property. Okay, here is the concept of initializer list. This is initializer list, and initializer list allows you to assign properties to a new instance variable before the constructor body runs, but after creation. Okay, now let's do the example. Okay, I'll create one file. I'll say fact1.dart. Okay, first of all let me create a class. Okay, our class name is area, okay, and with 3 final properties, length, breadth and area. Okay, class, I'll create a class area, and okay, first I will create final double length, okay, and another one is final double breadth, and I will say final double area. Okay, now let me create one constant constructor. Constant constructor does not have body. I will say this dot length and this dot breadth, and let me use initializer list. Okay, this is initializer list. Just I will find area is equal to length into breadth. Okay, this is fine. Okay, now let me create one method, void display, and I will say print area is $area. Okay, now let me write main method. Okay, and let me create object of area. Area A is equal to area, and let me pass the length and breadth. I'll pass length is 150 and breadth is 250. Okay, now I will use a.display. Okay, if I run this program, dart fact1.dart. If I run this program, here you can see area is 37,500. But what if I write minus here? Okay, here you can see the answer is in negative, but in area, in length, there is no minus. Okay, we must provide some exception. In this situation, you can use factory constructor. Okay, how you can write condition here in constant constructor? You will not be able to write a body here. Okay, writing body is not possible here in constant constructor. So you must create factory constructor. That is one way. Using factory constructor, you can solve this problem. Okay, let's do this with factory constructor. Okay, here you can see here is one area object, and here is one area 2 object, and when we pass negative value, then it will also show the answer. Okay, and here area 2 object has a negative value. This is because we are not validating the input. Let's create a factory constructor to validate the input. Okay, now let me make our constructor, this constructor is private constructor. Okay, just write area dot underscore internal. This is private constructor. Okay, this is fine, and let's create factory constructor. Okay, factory constructor must begin with factory keyword. Okay, I'll say factory area. Okay, this is factory constructor, and we need to pass the length and breadth. Okay, let me pass double, I'll say double L, double B. Okay, that is fine. Okay, and we can check the condition here. If length is less than 0 and breadth, I'll say or breadth is less than 0, then I'll throw exception, and here I'll say length and breadth must be positive. Length and breadth must be positive. Okay, Okay, this is the thing, and else I will redirect to this constant constructor. Okay, I'll redirect to area dot underscore internal, and I will pass L and B. L and B. This is constructor redirection. Okay, and here is one problem. Let's see. The body might be complete normally, causing null to be returned, but the return type area is potentially not nullable type. Okay, we need to pass. Okay, we are missing this return keyword. We must return the class or subclass in factory constructor. Okay, this is the thing, and let me run the same program. Okay, now if I run the same program, here you can see length and breadth must be positive. Okay, if I write positive value, then it will calculate, otherwise it will not calculate, it will throw the exception. Okay, here you can see area is calculated. If I write some negative value somewhere, then it will throw the exception. This is the one use of factory constructor. Okay, now let's move forward. I hope you understood this example 1 and example 2. If you have any question, then comment down below, or you can also connect with me in Instagram or Facebook or other social networking sites. Now let's move to another example. That is, in the example below, there is a class named person with properties first name and last name, and here are two constructors. One is normal constructor and the other one is factory constructor. The factory constructor create person object from a map. Okay, if you don't have understanding of map, then you can move to our previous section, this map topic. In map, data is stored in keys and values. Okay, now let me do this example. Okay, I will create one class, that is person dot dat. Okay, this is the thing, and I will say class person. Okay, and here you can see two properties and one constructor. Okay, this is the thing, and let me also go to website, and here is factory constructor from map. Okay, this is factory constructor. Okay, I'll say person dot from map. This is named constructor. Okay, you will see a lot of example, this type of example in your Flutter project, and if you want to master Flutter, then you need to understand this topic. Okay, this is the thing. Okay, this is person dot from map, and inside map we need to pass map of string and object. Okay, I'll pass map of string and object. Okay, this object can be anything. Okay, now this is the thing, and now okay, we need to find the first name and last name. Okay, final first name is equal to map, first name is string. Okay, this first name from the map and this last name from a map, and okay, we need to return. Okay, I'll also use this constructor redirection, this feature here. Okay, I'll return person. In person, first I need to pass the first name and I need to pass a last name. Okay, this is the thing. Okay, here are some issue. Let's solve the issue. Okay, not nullable instance field first name must be initialized. Okay, let's see the example here also. Okay, here is factory person dot from map final. Okay, this is, I think this is correct, person dot from map. Okay, let's see extract method, new method. person dot from map, we are using map of string object and we are returning the person with first name and last name. This is fine, I think. Okay, let me check this one. Okay, this is fine here, but not fine. Return person first name last name and person dot from map. What is the difference here? Okay, oh sorry, I need to write factory keyword. Okay, this is the problem. Okay, now let's move forward. And now let me create main method. Okay, void main. Okay, let me create object of person from this constructor. Okay, person p is equal to person, and I will pass Bimal and I will pass Jackson. Okay, this is the one thing, and I will also print person dot first name. Okay, I will say person full name is $person dot first name $p dot $p dot first name and one space $p dot last name. Okay, this is the thing. Okay, now let me create object from map. Okay, I'll say person p2, I'll say p2 is equal to person from map. I need to pass a map. Okay, you can also declare map here. You need to write a map of, I'll say map of string, and one is string, another one is object. Object is person. Okay, person is equal to, I need to write a name also, my map. Okay, I need to pass first name. Okay, first name, and first name is, I'll say John, and then I need to pass last name. Okay, map of string person. Okay, this is the thing. Okay, I need to pass first name is and last name. This is the thing, first name and last name. Okay, I'll just pass this one. This is single map. Okay, I'll say just map. Okay, that is fine. Okay, now I will pass this my map here. Okay, and let me print my map dot, sorry, p2 dot. Okay, I'll say person full name is this one. Person full name is p2 dot first name, p2 dot last name. Okay, if I run this program, dot person dot dot. Okay, here you can see person full name is Harry Potter got printed. Okay, in this way you can use factory constructor. This is another example. I hope you understood this concept. Okay, I will also print my map dot runtime type. Okay, runtime type. If I run this program, here you can see hash map of string and string. Here this object is string. You can also say string and string here. Okay, this is the thing. And if you don't write string, that will be okay. Oh, that is not okay. You need to write string. You can also write string here. That is the thing. Okay, in this way you can create object from map. You can also create object from JSON. I will talk about that in our another video, in our Flutter video. Okay, now let's move to another example using factory constructor in Dart. Okay, now here you can see here is there is enum shape type with two values. One is circle, another one is rectangle. and there is interface shape with factory constructor that create object of type shape, either circle or rectangle. Okay, this is the thing. The main method instantiate two objects, one of each type, and calls the draw method. Okay, let's do this example. Okay, first of all, here let's create enum shape type with circle and rectangle. Okay, let me create a new file. I will say fact3.dat. Okay, let me create enum shape type. Enum shape type is circle and rectangle. Okay, this is enum shape type with circle and rectangle. This is fine. Okay, this is fine. Now let's create one interface. Okay, this is abstract class shape. Okay, I'll say abstract class shape. You can use abstract class as an interface. Okay, now let me create subclass. Okay, I will first let us create subclass, and then we'll discuss about this factory constructor. Okay, now let me create subclass, that is not subclass, will implement the shape. Okay, class circle implement shape. Class, I will say circle, which implement shape. This is the thing. Okay, this is one thing, and let's create another class. Class rectangle implement shape. Okay, this is another class, and let me write one method here, void draw with no body. We need to override here draw method, void draw, and I will print drawing circle. Okay, and here let me also override the same method. This is important, this is most, we have to do this one. Okay, drawing rectangle. This is fine. Now this is okay. Okay, now in the abstract class we need to create a factory constructor that will return either circle or rectangle. Okay, this is subclass. Okay, now let's do the example. Okay, we need to create a factory constructor. Okay, factory. Okay, I'll say shape, this is constructor name, and I will pass shape type. I'll say st. Okay, if shape type is equal to shape type dot circle, then I'll return circle. Okay, else if or I will say if st is equal to shape type dot rectangle, then I will return rectangle. Okay, else I'll throw error. Okay, in the main method, let me create object of shape. Okay, you can create object of shape. If you don't write this factory constructor, then you cannot create shape as is equal to shape. Okay, here you'll see the message abstract class cannot be instantiated. But if you write factory constructor here, if there is factory, okay, here is factory constructor, then you can do this one. Okay, shape s is equal to shape. We need to pass shape type dot, I'll pass rectangle. Okay, and if I print, or if I just write s dot draw method, then you can see that factory dot that. Here you can see drawing rectangle. If I change the shape to circle, then you can see drawing circle. Okay, this is the thing. Okay, here you can see factory constructor must return instance of class or subclass. Okay, now we are returning instance of subclass. This is the thing. I hope you understood about this topic. And one important thing is it is possible to make list which contains both circle and rectangle. Okay, you can just write here list of shape. Okay, list of shape, I'll say shapes is equal to, I'll say blank list. Okay, and I will add shapes dot add this one, this shape. Okay, and I will also add rectangle. You can add multiple values, and let me use looping. Okay, for loop for I in shapes, I'll say for shape. For shape I in shape, I'll just print, or I'll use I dot draw method. Okay, you can see if I run this, drawing circle and drawing rectangle got printed. In this way you can work with this factory keyword. Okay, this is one of the most important example. Now let's move forward, and here is another example, factory constructor in Dart. Okay, in this example there is a class person with final field name. Here you can see it also has a private constructor and a static catch field. The class also has a factory constructor that checks if the catch field contains a key that matches the name parameter. If it does, return the person object associated with that key. Otherwise, it will create a person object and add it to the cache and return it. Okay, now let's do this example. Okay, first of all, I will create a class. I will say fact4 dot dart. Okay, this is the thing, and class I will say person. Okay, this is the person class. First we need to write final string name. This is the name, and here you can see this person internal this dot name. This means private constructor. Okay, this is private constructor. Okay, now let me create one cache field, that is static final map of string and person. Okay, this is the thing. Okay, static final map of string and person, that is cache, and we are passing string and person here. Okay, this is the thing, and let me write a factory constructor. Okay, 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 now let me write factory, and I'll say person, and we need to pass the name first. Okay, that is string. Okay, I'll make this one here, and I will, okay, that is fine. Okay, first of all we need to pass string name. Okay, this is the thing. Okay, I'll check the name is already available in cache or not. Okay, if our cache dot contains key that is name, then we need to return that cache name. Okay, this cache name, okay, I need to write null safety this exclamation. We'll talk about this exclamation in our upcoming section. Okay, cache dot contains key name, and it will return cache name. This means it will return the person object. Okay, this is the thing, cache name. Okay, cache name, just like you will write map of string country capital is equal to, here you can write like Nepal, Kathmandu, US, WDC. Okay, this is the thing. Okay, let's write enter. Okay, here you can see, here is the map of string and string, but here is a map of string and person. Okay, this, if you need to access, if you need to print, this will not work here. Okay, we need to create a main method. Okay, just I'll create a main method here. Okay, if you want to print country capital of US, then you need to write country capital US. Okay, it will print this US capital, that is Washington DC, WDC. Okay, this is the thing, and the type of that WDC is string. Okay, because here you can see string. Similarly, it will also return the cache name. Okay, cache name, that is the type is person. That is the thing. Okay, I hope you understood this topic. Okay, else I'll write another condition. Else we need to create a person. I'll say person is equal to, I'll say person dot internal, and we need to pass a name, and I need to add that name to cache. Okay, person dot name is equal to person. This is the thing, and then I'll return person, return this person. Okay, now this is okay. You can also write final here. Okay, this is the thing, this is factory constructor, and let me now create 3-person object. Okay, here you can see 3-person object, and if I print person1 dot hash code, and if I print person2 dot hash code, and if I print person3 dot hash code. Okay, and if I run this program, I'll just run this program. Okay, that fact4 dot that. Okay, here you can see same hash code in this line number 1 and this line number 3. Okay, this person1 hash code and person3 hash code are same because the name is same. Okay, if you write another person4, and if you print that person4 hash code, then it will be same. Okay, it will make your program very fast. Okay, this is the thing. Okay, I hope you understood this concept. You need to understand about this map. Okay, and inside factory constructor we are passing one name. If we can find that find the name in cache, then we can directly return that cache name. If we don't find the name, then we need to create one object of person by using this private constructor, and then we are just saving the person details to cache, and we are returning that person. This is the thing. I hope you understood about this topic. This is a little difficult topic to understand at first, but while you are continuously working on this, I am sure that you will definitely understand this topic very, very clearly. And if you have any question, then comment down below. I will definitely help you. Okay, now let's move forward. Okay, let's talk about singleton. Singleton is a design pattern actually. In Flutter, if you are creating a database application, then you can just create a singleton. Okay, and you can if you create singleton, then you can use that singleton in multiple places. Okay, here you can see the code. This code create. Okay, let's first talk more about singleton. Okay, singleton are a common design pattern in object-oriented programming. A singleton class can only have one instance and provide global point of access to it. You can create a singleton in that by defining factory constructor that always return the same instance. Singleton always return the same instance. Okay, it is mostly useful when you want to create a single instance of class and use it throughout the application, like database connection application. If you are creating to-do application using Flutter and SQLite, then you can use this singleton. Okay, singleton design pattern. Okay, here is one example of singleton using factory constructor. This code creates singleton class that can only be instantiated once and provide the factory constructor to get the instance of that. The main method create two objects of the singleton class and print the hash code of the object to verify that they are same. Okay, I'll just copy this one and let me create new file. I'll say singleton. Okay, let me paste it here. Okay, here you can see this is our class singleton and this is static variable. Okay, static final singleton. I'm writing this instance is equal to singleton dot internal. This is private constructor singleton dot internal. Okay, we create private constructor because you can't write like that singleton dot internal. You can write from here, but that is library level private. If I go to new file, okay, if I go to new file and I'll say main dot dart, and if I create main method here and import the this singleton, import library singleton. Okay, and let me go to singleton. Okay, and here I can use singleton dot underscore internal. This is fine, but if I use this one here in the main method, this is not okay because singleton does not have a constructor named internal. Okay, this is not possible. This is because that is library level private. Okay, this is the thing. I hope you understood about this topic. Okay, now let me run this singleton file. Okay, that singleton dot dart. Okay, here you can see. Okay, object one has code. I need to remove this one. Okay, okay, I'll just create singleton. Okay, here you can see same hash code. Okay, this same hash code means we are using same instance multiple times. Okay, this is the thing about singleton. I will try to create one separate video for singleton in upcoming section. Okay, for that subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon because I will create Flutter videos more on this channel and Dart videos. Okay, okay, yeah, you can see the both objects have same hash code. This is because both objects are pointing to the same instance. This is the thing. Okay, here singleton dot underscore internal is private constructor, so that you can call it from outside, so that you cannot call it from outside the class. The factory constructor is used to return the same instance of a class. Okay, this is actually outside the library. Okay, you can create a call from outside the class, but library means a file. You cannot create it from outside the library. Okay. Okay, here are some key points about factory constructor. It uses factory constructor, factory keyword to define a factory constructor. This is one most important key points. It returns an instance of a class or subclass. We have already learned this one. It is used to implement factory design pattern, return subclass instance based on input parameter, as shown in example 4. It is used to implement the singleton design pattern. We have already discussed about singleton design pattern. It is used to initialize the final variable with logic that cannot be handled in initializer list. We have already learned about this one in example 1 and example 2. Thank you so much for watching this video up to the very end. If you have any question regarding factory constructor, comment down below and share this video with your friends and various Flutter group, Dart group. I will see you in the next video. Thank you.